Hey guys, Cody Soltis here from ConsciousLove.org here for your monthly readings for December 2015. It's almost into New Year's, thank God. I'm going to keep this intro short so we can get lots of readings done with this battery. I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid and the Angel Heart Sigils deck by Stuart Pearce, the companion to Angels of Atlantis. So my readings are kind of on pause. If you guys want personalized readings, you can still submit the form. Just know I'm not going to get to you for a while. I think I'm going to change it so that everyone just gets a voice recording reading, because it's a faster way for me to just be recording, send, record, send, instead of having to type or having to make a video and then edit it and then wait for it to convert. Audio files are easy. So that's what I might just be doing for all of you, but despite your requests for other things. If any of you are deaf or hard of hearing, we can find a way. I can learn sign language. I want to relearn sign language because I knew it, and it's so expressive and passionate, and I'm sorry, I have a thing for Niall DeMarco at the moment, and I hope he wins. I don't watch those shows until there's a marathon on, then I can't stop watching, and yeah, just come on, universe. So, let's get into these readings for all the individual signs. Love you guys. Hello, Scorpio. So, that was really unenthusiastic hello, but hi. I'm wearing a slinket that my friend who's a Scorpio gave me. Hi, you. Because it's freezing out here. I just came back from the store real quick to get something for my mom, and the parking lot smelled like hella weed. And I don't even know what that smells like until I came to California. It's everywhere. I mean, I don't care, but it just smells. So, and here's a giant leaf. That's bigger than my head. Something special for the Scorpios. So, Scorpios, I'm gonna pull one card. I'm feeling the cold. One card from the Angel Heart Sigils deck, which is kind of our primer. It will be an overarching theme, kind of a beginning talking point at least, to kind of get us settled into the energies, and for you specifically to be thinking about what I'm talking about, getting into that space to know, okay, we're talking about this, and then you can make connections as we move forward. Oh, and all the heat just left my body. Oh, it's so cold. Good thing winter lasts like 2 days in California. Unlike my Scorpio friend who lives in the tundra. He used to live in Pennsylvania. It was brutal. Yeah. So, we're also having 3 cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Now, the 3 cards here, I don't want you thinking to be, you know, beginning of the month, middle, and end, or our usual. They are kind of the 2 spreads that did in the past, but combined. And really, it's all the same thing. So the first card is the heart, meaning where we are now, and a lot of the emotional context around how we're feeling right now. Sometimes it comes through as just another talking point, though. We'll get to it. Again, guidance and wisdom comes throughout. Just be listening for it. The second card is our strength. So it's important that I call it strength. It's also the guidance of. It's also how we're gonna get to our end result, which is the last card. And it's not just guidance. There's going to be guidance in there. It's not just a challenge. It's important to call it a strength because it is something that you have already, whether you realize it or not. So the universe is just giving you this challenge, which is just an opportunity to be either strengthening or realizing that you have this strength. Okay? And the final card is the spirit. It's the spiritual lesson that we are learning, and it's kind of the end result, or the end goal at least. But again, there never really is an end to our cyclical evolution. So, to begin our primer, ooh, girl. So, I just turned into RuPaul. We have Sovereignty, Archangel Michael, or Michaela, and Jesus Christ right there on the card. This isn't always a really powerful card for me. Always talking about spiritual leadership, which is good sign, Scorpios. Oh my god, this totally makes sense too, because my friend who's a Scorpio who gave me this Blanket, who I talked about, is also writing a spiritual blog, and this is totally relevant. This is all about the energies of this month really being about spiritual leadership and taking a step up to start being a vocal, active voice in the spiritual community and making a positive change in the world. So cool. Totally vibes. Sign language. Yeah, totally vibes for what's going on with my friend and for the rest of you. I'm like getting excited for you because I can just imagine you watching this and being like, oh my god, he's talking about me, and this is totally cool. Because it is really cool that came up. That's what it's always about. Not that my friend's Jesus or anything, but no, all of you Scorpio, it's going to be awesome. You're stepping into your spiritual wisdom and your authority to be talking about it, and you're really going to be taking the tools that we've learned about. Again, the weekly reading talking all about application. You're applying it, okay? You're applying what you've learned throughout your life, and especially this past year that was very spiritually developmental for both of us, for all of us. And you are totally ready to be moving forward with your spiritual career, your path. Again, that's career, not in money-making venture per se, but for all of you, you know, the work that we do spiritually with ourselves, with other people in life. So, to begin moving forward with that, we have the heart of the matter. Interesting. And this is kind of the energy where we are now. So we have Never-Ending Story. This card came up in multiple readings for December, and I shuffled. And if you notice, I was on the show, there's a little heart in that hourglass that says, love me. And around it, it says, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And there's like a spinny arrow that we have to flick. And we have a very morbidly depressed fairy on top. It's just like, oh my god, like, doesn't she hate life? Like, look at that. So this is just bringing our attention to our never-ending stories. And maybe this is the point of why I bring up a lot of things with my friends, who I see just living in the same circuitous patterns. But I'm not trying to be mean. Because this isn't necessarily about you not feeling that someone loves you or not. I mean, it could if that's your story. But for all of you, I'm sensing that there are just patterns that we keep getting into. And it's not a bad thing. We're just bringing awareness. We, as in Spirit and I, are just bringing awareness to you. About these never-ending stories that just keep happening, the mother loving God over and over and over again, and we just keep falling back into these cycles. They're drawing my attention to the backs of the cards, which those are the same image of the card that's all about cycles. So really, whatever situation that's bothering you right now in life, whatever's stressing you out, or you're realizing how it's just a never-ending story, and that you have the power to rewrite your story. And that's all I really want to be doing, is encouraging you guys that you can take action, you can take the pen back and be writing the story that you want. And it doesn't have to be all thought out and pre-planned. You can just say, oh, I've been following the script of someone else. I want to be telling the story now. And it can start now. That's why it's in the now spot. The story that we've been writing for ourselves is now. Let it be now. Take action now. Again, if you feel it's divinely appropriate to do so, take action now. Or see what you can do now. I'm just a messenger of something to you in some way. But you decipher the meaning. You decipher the significance. Am I the universe telling you to do something, or am I the universe pushing you in a different direction because I am being called to tell you something that you disagree with? And how is that a lesson? How is that an opportunity that spirit is arising? Because you and I are spirit, okay? We are two parts of the same thing. I'm just thinking of a weird squiggly thing with whatever. So, just be mindful of those things. There's my doggy. There's probably a cat. Don't worry, it's okay. Good, same energies. Perfect to have this aligned with sovereignty. We have higher power. Again, this came up with other readings. My dog is nuts. So this is our strength. You are strong with your connection to source, with your connection to higher powers, to higher entities, to be having really your intuition being unlocked, if you see up there. I want to say pagan ideals that really flash into me. Multicultural, multi-spiritual cultures, you have great wisdom in, where all of you have different perspectives of different things. I'm just noticing like the horns on the angelic figure, and I'm just like, no, that's like, no. Very earthy. And that's just important to be like, however you experience reality, however story you're articulating, trust that it's in divine ordinance, okay? Don't. And then that's a good lesson too, to be like, just trust your intuition, trust what you feel guided to be doing, whether you're a hardcore Catholic, whether you're Wiccan, whatever you may be and believe in, and however you see and interpret the unmanifest realities around us, in the spiritual side. Go it. You're still doing God's work. You're still doing Source's work, okay? So be trusting that you will have a connection with higher power and that everything is, and just that's your strength. Like, come on, you have spiritual things to be talking about. Go do them. And that's like an easy flow kind of thing. Ooh. Oh my god, this is gonna so resonate. This was such a spiritual reading for you guys. Fabulous. Because the ultimate goal here, the spiritual thing to be learning, we have soulmate, another very powerful charge card, and I love that there's a freaking penguin. Oh, it's so cute. And I love it. This is about, again, being watched over by that oracle. There's faces in all of them hidden. This is about connecting you with people who you're meant to be connecting with, and realizing that we're all soulmates for each other. Now, some of us see soulmates as that Disney ideal of just one person that you're meant to be with, and in some cases, you might have that experience, you might not. There might not necessarily be this universal rule of experience, but for some, absolutely. For others, maybe not. Just like sexual orientation and gender identity and expression. You know, we constantly want to categorize things into logical boxes, but that limits the human experience. So don't be thinking that a soulmate has to mean a romantic interest, but
we're gonna be coming out and it's a stranger.
My mother talking to the dog. Don't worry. Soulmates. Really just telling me that you are going to be having impacts on people, and that totally connects back to the water reading from this upcoming week, the first week in December, if you want to go back, depending when you're watching this. That's what a soulmate is. You're learning what a soulmate is. So what a soulmate is someone who's just exchanging energy with someone else. We're all soulmates. You're learning and teaching someone. A soulmate could be a very terrible person. But again, if you go and watch the oh, we're working out here. We're working out here. Okay, pause. Hey again, Scorpio. Sorry for the interruption. We had someone come to fix our heating and cooling thing, and I don't know, whatever. It's a friend of a friend and whatever. But I really just want to say, because I'm not sure where we left off, that it really is kind of an honor for me that all these energies and all these cards came out for this reading. Like, I really just want to say that, like, to have soulmate and higher power and never-ending story as well, but really the first two, and specifically sovereignty, which was to me one of the most powerful cards for me. To have all of these things here and present right now is really, really, really significant. And I, during that break, I texted my friend who is going to see this in a little bit, who's that Scorpio friend who's making a blog about spirituality and her spiritual personal revelations and having the same experience with her cousin. And I asked her, like, what's his sign or whatever? She's like, Scorpio too. And I'm like, oh my god, like, this is perfect. It's just so cool and perfect. So I'm glad and honored that Spirit allowed me to communicate this to you guys. It's just really, really fantastic, and I'm happy that you guys are getting your blog up and running. So, well, maybe, hey, I'm looking for community. I don't know. I'll be looking to support you guys and hopefully get, well, I don't know, we can work together. So, yeah, awesome. I love it. Soulmate, if I didn't finish touching base on that, is just really, you're gonna be doing some really spiritually impactful work with people that you're meant to be doing, making impacts on them, but also being with people who are your soulmates. Again, just getting rid of that Disney definition of what that means, and really just realizing that you're with people that you're supposed to be doing like really awesome synergistic work, and also with the people you're reaching out to, you're making an impact. That's the importance of that card. So again, awesome, awesome energies. I am not jealous. I'm so thrilled and honored and proud of you guys and everyone else who's out there. Be on the lookout for his cooling block coming up. Better happen. I'm making it happen because I'm advertising it. So, or whatever else you other Scorpios out there feel the need to be doing, please go do it. If you ever had that idea in your head, please go do it because you are ready. Okay? Love you so freaking much. Have a fantastic December. You're making change. It's amazing. You're beautiful. Namaste. Have a great, great December. Bye.